Hey there again, and welcome back to Japan Game Junk. This time, happy to describe a visit to one of my favorite game stores in Japan. And definitely one of the very favorite ones that's within a close drive of me. This is the Momotaro Okoku, which is the Momotaro Kingdom in Narashino City of Chiba. If you wish to go, and I hope you do, it's not so easy by train. It's near Funabashi City, and it's also near Narashino's Japanese Ground Self-Defense Forces base. So maybe if you know someone there and you're going there, you can stop by this store as well. So Momotaro Okoku, Momotaro Kingdom. Momotaro is needs a little introduction for people who are understanding of Japanese culture. And Momotaro is one of the most, if not the most famous fairy tales of Japan, about Peach Boy who, goes to fight the demons with his dog and his pheasant and his monkey. And yeah, so the idea of Momotaro is like a childlike adventure, so that's a good name for this kind of store. Lots of stuff there, games, movies, animation stuff, all your typical nerd goods here at Momotaro Okoku. Here at the Narashino store, I've had quite a big find of good stuff in the past, especially for the early 90s, late 80s systems, but they got a bit of everything. And here's a bit of the things that I found on April the 14th, 2024, here at this store. First of all, one thing is that they have, more than most other stores, a lot of Xbox stuff. They seem to really appreciate the Xbox more than others. And one of the things that they have there, which they have had there for years, is they have still, new and sealed, still a brand new Xbox One Day 1 edition. So this is the one that includes the original Xbox One. It has the Kinect. It has the downloads for a few games. And yes, it also has the download code for the special Xbox Day 1 background, which I also have. This is indeed the same kind of Xbox that I purchased way back when, the Xbox One. And if you still want to have it, they have it new for 40,000 yen. Still cheaper than it was when it was new, even though it is still new. Other things that I found on this date, there is a Neo Geo CD console. However, this is the console only for 24,000 yen. Maybe it's a bit on the cheaper side for just console only these days, but keep in mind that the console AC adapter is a rarity, and if you can find it, it's usually expensive just on its own. So I wouldn't recommend this unless you have like a broken Neo Geo CD and just need to replace the console. Also found there, just a few random things in a row, Vampire Hunter D, the old interesting animation, the PS1 game for it, 1,000 yen. Haven't seen this one around quite so much, so if that's of interest, then there you go. Next, there is a Punch-Out game. Now remember, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out is not so rare. I do have one that I got cheaply, but usually it's in the thousands of yen range. But this is the gold large. Like there's the ROM cartridge is bigger than most. Large gold Punch-Out game with Bald Bull on the label for 34,455 yen. Priced that way so that when you add tax, it comes out to something more evenly numbered. But yeah. Very expensive. I'm sure I've seen it cheaper in various other places, but yeah, just wanted to put out how expensive that this game can become. And another thing that how a game system should not be so expensive, 90,000 yen for a Neo Geo ROM system. Just a regular old cartridge-based Neo Geo ROM system, 90,000 yen just for the system, no box. I have never seen it that expensive before, and I would never buy it for that price, but it's just weird how sometimes a store just randomly has an expensive price. Next is something kind of interesting. It is the Gear Converter, which is a third-party item that it's 7,000 yen, that's how much it costs new. And it lets you play your Game Gear, your Master System, and your SG-1000 games, all of which cartridge or card form, on your Mega Drive compatible system for 7,000 yen. And honestly, it's kind of a random thing to find, because that very day, that on the 14th, that morning, it was something I had ordered online. So, weird coincidence. Anyway, That's actually going to be coming in the mail this morning as I'm recording this on the 16th. Weird coincidence, but happy to have that, as since my Game Gear is not working so well, I'd like to be able to play all those games, and this is a good way to do it. Next is something that I really recommend for anyone who's a huge PC Engine fan, and it is the monitor, the IPS monitor, 13,500 yen, but you plug in your regular old PC Engine there, the square system, into the back. It then flips up to have a very, very good quality IPS screen, and in addition, it includes a USB-C connection. You can power the screen and the system with only one cable, the USB-C cable, and it also includes an HDMI out port. So you can play your PC Engine games on the go with a battery pack, like one of those, rechargeable batteries, or you could hook it up to your TV for the best quality picture with the HDMI out. It's an incredibly great thing to have for your PC Engine. Again, 13,500 yen, that is the new price, and that's how it is anywhere you can find it, although it's hard to find these days. Something else I found that was a bit on the pricey side was the Arcade Card Pro, which was complete in the package, for 18,500 yen. I bought mine for 7,000 yen loose with no package a couple years ago. And this is the one that lets you play arcade card games on your Neo Geo, not Neo Geo, your PC Engine CD, if you don't have a Duo, but the standard putting stuff together thing. There was a Neo Geo Pocket Color boxed for 19,500 yen. Unfortunately, that's kind of how they're going now with the box. I wouldn't pay that much. You can find it for less than 10,000 without a box, and that's more my style. For 9,480 yen, there was the Rockman World Mega Drive game. Yes, the Mega Man game for Mega Drive was available for that expensive price of 9480. There were tons of various other weird stuff there, including Neo Geo Pocket earbuds. The earbuds themselves have no strange marking on them to show that they're made from the Neo Geo Pocket. It is only the box itself that makes you know that this is, in fact, for the Neo Geo Pocket. Nothing special about them. They look like they're very low-quality earbuds, but they're officially licensed Neo Geo Pocket earbuds for 1,300 yen. Another thing that I found that is very hard to find, actually, are MSX games on card form. So Hudson made the B card, which is a cartridge port adapter. So in your MSX cartridge port, you can plug in these cards similar to PC Engine or TurboGrafx cards, or SG-1000 cards or Mark III cards for those systems. But there are also versions for the MSX, and they're very hard to find. There were two there. There was Puyon, and there was a Mappy for 4,000 yen each. Kind of expensive for the games, but for the card version, that is a rarity, so that might be worth looking into. There was a PC FX system boxed for 37,000 yen, a bit more than what I would pay if I were to be looking for one, but if you had to have one today, they have one there today. Or at least they did 2 days ago. And also, they have a lot of re-released Tamagotchi, which I have quite a number of those, and the Generation 1 and 2 Tamagotchi from 30 years ago, or 26 years ago, are being re-released now with lots of new designs. And so if you want one of those and want a brand new Tamagotchi, there you go, 2,800 yen each. And there we go. That was my visit to Momotaro Okoku. I did buy a few things for myself, but nothing so, fancy, just a few 100 yen junk games. Very, very worth going there if you're in the area. If you're near Funabashi or Narashino and whatever, it's worth a visit. So, and a bit of advice. There's also a Zest youth store literally around the corner. You can see one store from the other. No, not even worth going there. They got rid of all their game stuff now, thanks to this Momotaro Okoku, and now all that's there are adult stuff and fishing equipment. On second thought, if you're into fishing or adult stuff, maybe you would prefer that store. But anyway, that is it for this magical place. Thank you so much for listening, and give it a shot. Thanks for giving me a shot. Go take a shot, but I won't because I don't drink. Bye-bye.